All right, people, welcome back. We are moving along to day two wide receivers now, guys who are going to go in that second to third round. And I would go so far as to guess that of the guys we're going to talk about in this video, they're going to be second round guys. I think the three guys in this video will go in the second. One guy's currently not projected there, but I think that's going to change. We'll get to that later. But let's start off with our first second round receiver in the projections. Trey Harris of Ole Miss. Trey Harris of Ole Miss, 23 years old. Honestly, I kind of feel like all three guys that we're going to talk about in this video have a lot in common, in that all of them are kind of like bigger receivers that you hope can play on the outside. Trey Harris, size is most of what he has. He's tall, 6'2". He's 205 pounds. That's above average. Got big hands, kind of short arms, but, well, average arms. That's his calling card, right? He's explosive, but he's not fast. He's not quick. He's not somebody who's going to be burning past defensive backs. He's not somebody who's going to be some dominant downfield threat who uncovers in the blink of an eye. Trey Harris is a guy who wins with his size more than his speed. And he's been good the last 2 years. He's been productive. He's got over 2,000 receiving yards, 15 receiving touchdowns, over 17 and a half yards per catch. So he does make big things happen with the ball in his hands, and he's been good. But I'm not so sure that you're going to be able to get the deep ball production out of him the way we got it in college. Now, I will say this, he not for lack of trying. He's not fast, but he knows how to shift gears when he's running routes, and that's an underrated element of being a receiver. You got to be able to shift back and forth between going at 100%, going 80%, going 60%. That way you throw the defender off. You don't let the defender get into a rhythm. He's good at that. He's got a big catch radius. He knows how to go after the ball when it's off target. Got great ball skills, puts himself in position to make a lot of catches. He's got good size, and he knows how to use that size pretty well. There are some receivers out there that struggle to use their size. This guy has an understanding of how to use that height advantage. He is productive on vertical routes. He makes catches deep down the field. It's not something that's out of his bag at all, based on his college tape. He also has yak skills. You can give him a short pass or even a screen and have him go take it for a big gain. His long strides allow him to separate more than his speed would indicate, and he plays very physically. He does. So, a lot to like. But with a 4.54 40 time, is he going to be able to win the deep ball in the NFL? You have to wonder. So I don't know how much of that will translate to the NFL. Some of it will. But when you're running a 4.54 at 23 years old, you know that time's probably going to get slower as time goes by. Are you going to be able to beat defenders deep? He does make a lot of contested catches due to not separating consistently. His separation isn't always bad, but it's inconsistent. Sometimes he ends up in contested catch situations he doesn't have to be in. He's been hurt a little bit the last couple of years. You would not call him durable. His route running is not bad, but I think he needs to cut things off a little cleaner to get away with his lackluster speed. And his hands are not bad, but they have to continue going in a good direction for him to really be the player that people want him to be. So I'm not 100% sure here. It's hard to judge this guy because he had a lot of success on deep shots that I don't know if they're going to work in the NFL. But I saw enough winning with his size and winning jump balls to be worth a lot. So I'd go late second. I was going to go mid second. I'm going to go late second because of the injury concerns. So little bit cool on him compared to others, but not bad at all. All right, next guy is Elic Ayomanor of Stanford. Guy I've had my eye on for a couple years here, 22 years old. He's got pretty good size. He's 6'2", got good arm length, big hands, 10-inch hands, and he flew at the combine for a guy his size, man. 75 percentile, 4.44. His acceleration's slow. His acceleration's pretty dirt, but vert was big, broad was big. Dude jumped big time. And so he's a very explosive athlete. Maybe he's not quick, but he's fast and explosive. And the big boards, you can see they're kind of all over. Got some that have him in the second, early second. Some have him down in the fourth. The big board currently has him in the mid second. Last 2 years, he's been the focal point of the Stanford passing attack. Last year, he was less efficient, but never really been part of a great offense or never really had a good quarterback supporting him. Hard for me to kill him for any production problems, really. He's been a good player. Maybe he hasn't been stellar, but it's hard for me to kill a guy when you're working on that Stanford offense where you're the only guy worth much of anything. So you've got the good size with the good speed. That's the first thing that jumps out to you, right? He's got the speed and the size. He's got a lot of highlight reel catches on his ledger. If you look at any clip show of Ayomanor, his highlight reel catches are on point. So you know he's got ball skills in theory. And he is a vertical threat to go with his speed. His routes are good. I think his technique is good as a route runner overall. He doesn't have a lot of experience playing football. I know that he's Canadian, and he's not one of these guys that has been playing football ever since he was a little kid and is close to maximizing what he can do. It's almost like a Boye Mafe situation where he's a little bit inexperienced, and that's going to help him advance quicker. He's also got great work ethic, according to everybody. He's got good release skills. He can get it done on the outside. His release package is good, and he's a pretty good blocker. So Ayomanor brings a lot of really good traits to the table here. Now, you are going to have to work to develop him for a little bit. It might not happen in year one, and I don't know if it's going to fully happen in year two, so you're going to have to work with him for a little bit. He does have bad hands. His drops, he's got focus drops. Needs to get better there. His route running is good, but his route tree is immature. He doesn't run that many different routes, it feels like. So he's going to have to add some routes, and some of those routes he might not be as good at. He doesn't have very good short area quickness, so his ability to quickly shake open isn't really there. His ball skills at the catch point are disappointing for a guy his size. And his quick twitch hurts his ability to consistently separate. So I love the traits. I love the fact that there's every reason to believe he's going to get massively better in the coming couple years. But at the same time, there's no guarantee. This might be a guy you draft to sit on for a year. And there are a couple places where I don't think he'll ever be great, right? He'll never have the quick twitch. He'll never have the short area acceleration in all likelihood. Those are just areas where he's not going to be stellar at. Nevertheless, early second rounder, not really that far away from the first for me. I really like this guy. I think he's going to be awesome. It's just going to take a little bit longer than some of these other guys, I think. So, Ayomanor, really like him, early second rounder. But this next guy, now this next guy's a ton of fun. Jayden Higgins. And this is the guy I was talking about earlier. Right now, the mock draft database has him going in the very early third. I think he's going to go in the second after this combine. Iowa State, 22 years old. He's big, 6'4", 91st percentile, 214 pounds. So he's got weight to him as well. Nice long arms, kind of small hands. That's a little bit weird, right? Because, spoiler alert, his hands are actually pretty good, but everything else about him is very sizable. And given his size, he tested remarkably well. 4.47 40, above average. 1.53 10-yard split, well above average. And 39-inch vert, 10-foot 8-inch broad. Now, obviously, in a way, being big kind of helps with your jumping because you're covering less ground. But at the same time, it's like, well, okay, that didn't make sense. You're covering less ground relative to yourself. But it's also kind of crazy that you can get that 214-pound body further up and further along than other people that are like 195. So the big boards, they got him mostly in the second round now. The database is lagging a little bit behind. Again, I have a feeling that by the time we get to the draft, he will easily be a second-round prospect, coming off a very productive season at Iowa State, 1,200 receiving yards, 90 touchdowns, almost 90 catches. The year before that, he averaged 18.5 yards per catch. So, a lot of production. He is one of the biggest receivers in this class and one of the bigger receivers that you'll see in any draft class. His athleticism is really, really remarkable for a guy his size. He's got great hands. He rarely drops the ball. I think he had like maybe 1 or 2 drops last year. So his small hands don't seem to be a problem yet. Ball skills are there as well. He will put himself in position to make a play on a ball, and then he'll find a way to bring it in. He knows how to use his size at the catch point. If you put him in a jump ball situation, he's got a great chance of winning it because he's 6'4" and the other guy isn't. He's got a skilled amount of route running. He's a skilled route runner. He can use his route running to shake coverage. He knows how to snap things off at the break point. He knows how to use change of direction to get open. And he's very good at locating deep balls over his shoulder. And just generally speaking, it seems to me that he's a very smart and cerebral player. Now, his agility does leave a little bit to be desired, so some routes are not going to be great for him. He's not going to be able to run every route. He doesn't really do that much with the ball in his hands. He catches the ball and will go get what's there, and that's about it. So if you're looking at him as a yak threat, keep looking. He didn't look this fast on the football field at times. He didn't look like a 4.47 guy. And maybe that's just because of the nature of playing at Iowa State. Maybe that's just the nature of the offense he was in. But we need to see that speed translate a little bit better. And even though he's big, and I think he can get through this because he does have the arms, press coverage can frustrate him a little bit. I think press coverage is something he's going to have to learn how to beat. But I am a big fan of Higgins. He's one of my favorites. I like him more than most people in this draft. He's an athlete. He's big. All he really has to do to be, in my opinion, a big NFL success is learn how to beat press. And I think he'll be able to be a great outside receiver and a great slot receiver as well. So I would not mind taking him with a late first-round pick. And I know that sounds a little bit ambitious right now, but this is a guy that I just like more than most other people. I would not hate taking him with a late first-round pick. So those are your 3 guys that are the first 3 day 2 receivers. Again, I suspect they will end up being the 3 round 2 receivers, but we'll let the NFL general managers figure that out for themselves. All right, more receivers coming soon. See you guys. Go Hawks. More videos on the way.